First up, ahead of the crucial Karnataka Assembly poll scheduled next year, AIMIM has decided to make a foray into Karnataka. AIMIM is planning to field over 100 of its candidates for the state assembly polls. The big move by AIMIM comes even as party is planning to expand its base across the country. Remember, AIMIM chief had earlier ruled out that his party won't be allying with JDS for the polls. So that's the big update that we're getting from Karnataka. In fact, ahead of Karnataka Assembly polls, which is set to happen next year, AIMIM has decided to make a foray in the state. In fact, the party is planning to field over 100 of its candidates for the state assembly. We have Neha live with us. Neha, a big move by AIMIM in Karnataka. The party planning to field over 100 of its candidates in the assembly elections that is scheduled next year.
Well, that's absolutely right. In fact, a big move over here by the AIMIM in the state of Karnataka, where they're now deciding to field more than about 100 candidates across the state. This would, of course, play a key role here because so far in the state of Karnataka, we've seen how, it has primarily been the BJP, the JDS and the Congress that have taken a lion's share of the votes. And this time around, now with the AIMIM also deciding to, set foot right now on the playing field, we'll really have to wait and see how it pans out. We've seen in the past that the AIMIM has, in fact, fought the local body elections. They've also, in fact, fought a few of the other, smaller elections. But as far as the assembly elections is concerned, it definitely seems like, this happens to be one of the first times that in such a large number, about 100 seats is what, they have, in fact, gone on to say. We'll really have to wait and see right now whether this could possibly dent the prospects of course, the larger parties like the BJP, the Congress and the JDS is something that, of course, analysts too are divided over. But the bigger question about, this possibly cutting into the vote share of the bigger parties. Now, that's going to be something that would be quite crucial to watch out for. We've seen in the past how politics in the state of Karnataka has always been volatile, even as, one party manages to secure possibly barely manages to a majority. We're seeing how it has been toppled, and not once, but we've seen it multiple times in the past. Let's take the recent example, in fact, of just a couple of years back now, when we saw, the party, of course, the Congress and the JDS coalition being broken down as the BJP managed to, secure a majority. Shortly after the Congress and JDS had formed the government, we saw many, in fact, MLAs switching over to the BJP side, the BJP securing a majority and forming the government in the state. So this time around, too, whether at all, the MIM over here would manage to take home any seats at all, and in turn, would that then dent the prospects? Probably not, but would that in fact, go on to likely cut into the share of the other parties? That would be quite key. We'll have to see what exactly, the party's strategy remains for the state.
Certainly, Neha, thank you for bringing all those details. In fact, we have Dr. Narendra Rangappa, spokesperson of BJP Karnataka, as well as Danish Qureshi, political analyst, joining us. Mr. Rangappa, to you first, how do you see this development, AIMIM joining the assembly fray in Karnataka? Do you see this as a threat?
Definitely, it is not a threat to BJP because our aim and objective is 150 seats, and we are already on the way of our preparations to achieve the same. And we are going to fight the elections on the plank of development. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and Sabka Vishwas. So whether AIM is coming or DIM is coming or whoever is coming, we are not at all bothered about their presence or anything. We are concentrating on our development work, and what development work has been done, we have been trying to reach it to the common man. And we are going to fight the elections on our achievements, not depending upon any other party or any other person.
All right, Mr. Rangappa, you're saying that this is not a threat, that your party will keep working for development of the state. Mr. Qureshi, to you, of course, AIMIM had been upping the ante against the BJP for quite some time, and they'd been vocal about various issues as far as Karnataka is concerned. So how do you view this move by the party?
Radhika, I think that the situation of the political situation of the entire country is now been changed. The community which has been politically disputed by all so-called secular parties as well as the BJP now the situation has been changed in Gujarat. We saw in Bihar, we saw in UP. Now there is a polling of assembly in Gujarat, and now it's in Karnataka. Problem with that, with the other parties, that they want the vote of the minority, those who are been set backward politically, but they don't want to represent the issues from which they are suffering. It is the main cause, and that's why only I think, as I assume, that chief of chief of AIMIM, Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi, has decided to contest the election in Karnataka to address the issues from which the citizens of the countries are suffering, or citizens of the country which are residing in Karnataka can be get the solution in constitutional manner.
Right. Mr. Rangappa, you know, AIMIM had been raising several issues, as Mr. Qureshi had been pointing out. Especially of late, it had been about hijab ban, of course, something that had been opposed very, you know, vociferously, of course, across a nation. And of course, AIMIM having a point of view there as well. So do you think that certain, you know, of course, you know, those are things that can be only spoken about if they win, once they win, and so on. Yet, do you see this as a threat in terms of the issues that are in focus, be it hijab ban, be it Tipu Jayanti, and several issues, you know, relating to Karnataka? So do you see that those issues will come to the fore, especially since this is the first time that they will be campaigning in the state of Karnataka as far as assembly elections are concerned?
Number one, the legacy and the history and affiliation of this AIMM or SRO and MIM party to the Razakars are very well known in the northern Karnataka regions and Hyderabad Karnataka regions. The atrocities they have done, the butchering of innocent women and people they have done. So the memory is still fresh in the minds of people of northern and Hyderabad Karnataka. So coming here to Karnataka to create more problems, everybody knows what is their modus operandi. So if they want to create social unrest in Karnataka, I don't think they can be successful in that route, because the people of Karnataka are peace-loving. We are more focused on development. We want to develop. We will develop, and we will not bother about such trivial issues that they want to raise. We will focus on development, the programs we have done to the common man, the programs we have given to the farmer, the program we have given to the girl child, and the development that we are doing, and the social equality and the reservations that Karnataka government is bound. We are going to be more focused on that rather than Mr. Owaisi.
Right. So, Mr. Qureshi, would you like to respond to that? Also, you know, the fact that, you know, Owaisi has said that he will not ally with the JDS. So, would it also mean that it will cut many votes aimed at Congress as well as JDS? So, how do you see, you know, going forward, you know, the strategy of AIMIM and your response to the BJP spokesperson there?
Radhika, one thing is very clear in democracy, you can't say that this party or that party is going to cut the vote of this party or that party. The problem is that each and every political party which is registered or before the Election Commission of India has a right to contest wherever he wants to from entire India. Now the thing is, what the problem with this people say in the period of election, this says that this political party cuts the vote, this political party damage our calculation. But why this political party get the space, while if you are doing justice with the community or the citizen from where you are getting the vote? The problem is that they become political corrupt from the very next day as the poll is being over. That is the main problem in the entire country, which has been faced by Muslims as well as Dalits and the tribal community of the in the nation. That's why AIMIM, as per my assumption, AIMIM has decided to contest to represent the political disparate society which are been untouchable, which are been made untouchable by the other political parties, and secular party wants the vote of that community, but they don't want to issue or raise the problems of that community. They don't want resolution of that community. That is the main cause that situation is being changed.
Right, Mr. Qureshi, you're saying that Owaisi is deciding to do this to represent communities that have been ignored by the other parties. Thank you so much, Mr. Qureshi, as well as Rangappa, for joining us and sharing all your views.